In 1969, the most powerful military on Earth was fighting farmers and losing. The Vietnam War wasn't just a battlefield conflict. It was a psychological war, a political disaster, and a turning point that changed how America fought wars forever. So how did the United States get trapped in Vietnam, and why did this war shock the entire world? The story begins after World War II. Vietnam had been a French colony, but after years of resistance, the French were defeated in 1954. The country was split into North Vietnam, led by communist leader Ho Chi Minh, and South Vietnam, backed by the United States. At the height of the Cold War, America feared one thing above all else: communism spreading. US leaders believed in the domino theory. If Vietnam fell to communism, the rest of Southeast Asia would follow. To stop that from happening, America stepped in. What began as military advisors soon turned into something much bigger. In 1964, the Gulf of Tonkin incident changed everything. After reports, later questioned, of attacks on US ships, Congress gave President Lyndon B. Johnson the power to send troops to Vietnam without officially declaring war. By the late 1960s, over 500,000 American soldiers were fighting in Vietnam. But this war was different. There were no clear front lines. The enemy blended into villages, jungles, and tunnels. American troops faced ambushes, guerrilla warfare, and a landscape that worked against them at every step. Despite massive firepower, victory remained out of reach. As the war dragged on, Americans began to see it on television, uncensored. Images of burned villages, fallen soldiers, and civilian casualties shocked the public. In 1968, the Tet Offensive changed everything. Although the US military technically repelled the attacks, it proved that the enemy was far from defeated. Public trust in the government collapsed. Protests exploded across America. College students, civil rights leaders, and even veterans demanded an end to the war. For the first time in US history, a war was being lost not just on the battlefield, but in the minds of the people. In 1973, the US officially withdrew its troops. 2 years later, in 1975, Saigon fell, and Vietnam was reunified under communist control. The cost was devastating. Over 58,000 American soldiers killed, millions of Vietnamese lives lost, and a deep scar left on US society. The Vietnam War reshaped American foreign policy, ended blind trust in government, and changed how wars were fought and reported forever. It proved one powerful lesson: military strength alone does not guarantee victory. The Vietnam War wasn't just America's longest war. It was its most painful lesson, and its echoes are still felt today.